Hey folks, just an update to our 2017-18 Snowbird trip playlist here. What we've been doing the last few weeks, we left Superstition Mountain in the Lost Dutchman State Park up here in Phoenix, came back down through the back roads here, hooked back onto I-10, and then doubled back over here, hooked onto I-8, back to Gila, and then we dropped down towards Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument, but we wanted to spend a little time at a favorite of ours now called Ajo, Arizona, little city down here. Just show you exactly where we're camped. Right on the back side of the city, there's a bunch of gravel roads that go into BLM lands, and you can free camp along. It's called the Ajo Scenic Loop. I've done videos on it before. I just wanted to give you a little view of a desert hike I did the other morning and give you a little overview of the boondocking spot and also just the desert scenery. It's fabulous. So here's a little closer look at the area using Google Earth. You can see there's a big open pit mine right here. You can actually go up to a little museum up here and look down into the pit and get some information from, there's an old guy that volunteers up there. We spent about an hour talking to him, really interesting dude, and the little cities over here. But we camp on the other side in the more natural surroundings, right down here off of Alley Road. Right down here you can see the marks of people driving in and out. There's several camping spots down here. I did my last video I did of that when we were looking for the supermoon was over in this area up here, but we went and dumped and refilled at an RV park called Belly Acres in Ajo for $10, and we came back out here for another week or so stay. So what you're going to see in this video is me going for a hike through the desert. I go down this road down here, Alley Road, and I grab this spur road and go along it for a bit, and then I head across the desert, and right along here I climb up onto this little hill here, and then I give you a shot back and give you kind of a 360 of the surrounding area there. So let's get to it. Hey guys, Ray from loveyourrv.com. We're still camped here near Ajo, Arizona, along the Ajo Scenic Loop. We've been here, this will be 14 days now. Last video, when we were filming that supermoon, we were down the road a bit, just off the road over there. There's a little spot. After 8 days there, we went into town, stopped at an RV park called Belly Acres, paid $10, dumped our tanks, got fresh water, and we came back and we set up over here. A lot more RVs in this area, but it's a little flatter. And we've been here for the last week, but we've hit, I guess, yeah, our 14 days are over, so we're going to be leaving today and heading down to Oregon Pipe Cactus National Park. But it's such a beautiful morning this morning. I thought I'd go out and take a little hike out into the desert and maybe take you along and see what the scenery's like out here. Just hike down the main road a bit, and then I'll grab one of the little spur roads. See right here, there was a truck camper in here, a nice little camp spot there. So all these roads are marked with BLM signs, and you can go down there and camp anywhere that has been previously camped on, but you start going down some of these roads, not really suitable for a big trailer like ours, but if you have a small truck camper or even a small little trailer, you might do okay. So there's all kinds of washes crisscrossing this area, and you can see it's fairly sandy, so you wouldn't want to get stuck in it. You also wouldn't want to be trapped in here if it rained. but they're great for ATVing or like what I'm doing, hiking. There's a nice trail to hike along. Okay, so I've left the gravel road there. I'm going to hike a little bit right across the desert here. Started exploring some of this thicker cactus here. You definitely want to wear some sturdy shoes with thick soils, or thick soles. These have nice heavy rubber soles, because along the floor you get these small bits of cactus, and they'll go right through some soft-soled like running shoes. Just a tip there. And I like to carry a good walking stick too. Beautiful. Here's a really nice example of the organ pipe cactus. It's only really found down in this area of the U.S. It's where the National Monument gets its namesake. Really funky looking things. You can see that the wind has trapped a bunch of the cholla cactuses there. Man, they're just piled up on this one. Continue on. Head over this ridge, maybe make my way this little hill here and maybe climb a little bit, get some elevation. It's pretty thick here. This is an interesting one. You got a saguaro growing right up through a young organ pipe cactus. And over here, look how this saguaro died. Gives you a look on the inside of them, so how woody they are. Amazing how strong they are. They say it takes 100 years or so before they start to grow an arm. And when it rains, they really swell up. They can take in a lot of water. Really cool plant. Another amazing plant are these ocotillos. Sometimes they'll get all kinds of green leaves on them, and they always get these little red flowers every once in a while on the end. The hummingbirds really like them. I'm just amazed that they can suddenly sprout to life like that. They look so dead. So I've noticed right now all over there's little glimpses of orange in the desert from their flowers. They're one of the only plants that can just sprout to life. They don't have any season. They just go by the rainfall. And then of course you know the evil teddy bear cholla. I've showed you those before. Don't get near those, that's for sure. Some call them the jumping cholla because you get close to them, they almost seem to bend towards you from like static electricity. And they'll stick right into you. Kind of a pain to remove. I carry a small black comb to get rid of them. Okay. Starting to head up. This will be the get the heart pounding part of the journey. Looks like I can go up this ridge and go along over there and get up top of that rock there. There we go. Got my old bones up here. So you can see our little camp spot down there with a few other rigs. It's a nice and flat spot in there, easy to get to. You can get in there with pretty well any size rig. There's a little bit of a berm to go over that the grader made. Grader just redid the roads the other day. You can see our cougar in there. There's also a couple other trailers. I've met a couple of people that actually follow the YouTube channel at camp there. It's nice to meet those folks. So I'll just give you a little 360 from up here. Go this way here. You can sort of see the road that goes along down there. Like I say, if you have a small rig, or a 4x4, you know, something that can handle the dips, you can really get isolated out here. Or if you have ATVs, you can ride them all over the place. It's all BLM land. There is some of the land that belongs to the mine, but that's a little more to the other way, and it's fenced off. Lots of little hills to hike up on if you like hiking, and photography too. Such a lush desert, beautiful environment. So we're starting to look towards the south here. Looks like someone camped way in there. I haven't explored hardly any of all these little spur roads that go off the main road. Crisscross the desert everywhere. So looking this way, looking to the south, that's where we're headed today, down to Organ Pipe Cactus National Monument. We weren't going to go down there because we've been there a few times, but there's a cold front moving in, and it's supposed to maybe bring a couple days of showers, so just love it for photography. When the desert gets wet, it wets everything down and the greens really pop, and the clouds make for really dramatic scenes. So Anne's like, let's go, let's go. Turning around back here towards the east of us, you can sort of see the mine. Aho was a big mining town, all sorts of different gems and minerals. We went up to a little museum up on the rim of it's like a big open pit mine, and there was an old guy there, has a little museum, told us all the history and stuff, quite interesting. And then Aho is just on the other side of these hills that I'm looking at now. So there you go. One thing I should address is I keep getting a lot of comments asking about critters out here. Is it dangerous for snakes and scorpions and things like that? Yes, there is snakes everywhere in Arizona and scorpions, but for the most part this time of year you don't really see them too much. In fact, this is our 7th year in the Southwest, and I've yet to hear a rattlesnake or see a rattlesnake, and we've only seen 2 or 3 scorpions, and that was a fairly warm weather. Supposedly the snakes come out once it gets quite hot, which I've been on the lookout for them lately because it's been up in temperature the last week or so. We've had a lot of 80-degree days. So like this morning it's only about 60 degrees, so I'm not too worried because snakes are cold-blooded, so they don't really move around at this temperature. But when hiking in a higher temperature, I'm watching in the sandy washes to see if they're buried in there. I'm also looking when I'm climbing up here. You see these rocks, they like to come out on the rocks or hide under a ledge. You got to watch where you put your hands, but it doesn't seem to be an overly big problem. But I'd like to ask some of the commenters, subscribers that live down here, maybe you want to make a comment and let us know your experience with the snakes and when they come out and stuff like that, because I'm not down here when it's warm. We leave right around March. Usually February or March we're heading to higher elevations where it's cooler, because I don't really like to camp in hot weather myself. I'm always chasing that 70-75 degree range, which makes the nighttime temperatures usually down in the 40s, and I think the snakes don't like that. There's also cougars, mountain lions they call them down here, so that's always a possibility, but they're usually not really bothering humans too much. And of course coyotes, and another one is javelina. They look like a little pig. They're part of the hippo family, and they can be nasty little beasts, but they seem to like to hang around near the cities. They're really nasty to dogs, so if they're in the area you want to watch your dogs. Anyway, maybe someone that lives down here can enlighten us more about those any dangerous wildlife. But coming from Vancouver Island, where we have black bears and cougars and wolves, a lot of times the fears are overblown. So I hope you enjoyed that little look at the desert, where we're camped here at Aho on the Aho Scenic Loop. Until next time, it's Ray from loveyourrv.com. Happy trails, folks. Cheers. Oh, I forgot. Everybody's going to be going, where's Angie? Where's Angie? Well, Angie's going to be 15 in 1 more month, and Unfortunately, she just can't hack hikes like this anymore. It's kind of sad to see your dog get old. Oh well, till next time.